Hello everyone, welcome to another intriguing episode of The Thinker's Corner. I'm your host Neeraj, and today we have the privilege of introducing a remarkable filmmaker from the vibrant town of Hajipur in Vaishali, Bihar. He is none other than Ranjan Umakrishn Kumar. Ranjan is not just a director but also the creative force behind the compelling film Champaran Mutton. Armed with a degree in film direction and screenplay writing from Film and Television Institute of India, FTII Pune, he has seamlessly woven his passion for storytelling into his craft. This year, Champaran Mutton achieved the extraordinary feat of being nominated for the prestigious Student Oscars Awards, making it a semi-finalist and the sole representative of India in the Oscar lineup. The film has garnered international acclaim not only for its captivating narrative but also for being selected as one of the opening ceremony films at the International Student Film and Video Festival in China, organized by the esteemed Beijing Film Academy. It's testament to Ranjan's cinematic prowess that Champaran Mutton continues to captivate audiences worldwide, featuring prominently in various international film festivals, proudly representing the rich tapestry of Indian cinema. So, without further ado, let's delve into the creative journey of Ranjan Umakrishnan Kumar and explore the depths of storytelling that has earned him recognition on both national and international platforms. So, welcome Ranjan to the Thinker's Corner. How are you?
Thank you, Neeraj, for having me. Yeah,
So, on this note, let's start our conversation. So, although I have little bit kind of talk about your background, but I just want to know more about your journey from like Bihar and to the film world basically. So, and what also inspired you to kind of pursue a career in filmmaking?
yeah. Actually, first of all, I would also like to thank your audience and you for this session actually. And then my journey started when I was very I was I was in 10th class, suppose, uh, when I was in high school. So I didn't know I will become a filmmaker. Actually, the place where I come from is very, I can say, unprivileged, and thinking about filmmaking is never possible there. So I also didn't know about filmmaking. Yeah, I was I was loving that time the literature, and not literature. I enjoy the uh, literature when I read something, and in class 10th, stories I read, and also when I read some magazines. At that time there were no YouTube and there no internet at that time. So it started with some magazine called Nandan, and then after Suman Saurabh, then after I started reading Premchand,
Mhm.
and also from elder people, I started learning the stories, how uh, I sit with them and listen to their stories. And mainly my journey is like started with the observing people, how things are happening. And also when I was in engineering, I did engineering from MIT Muzaffarpur, mechanical engineering. So when I was doing that, I see in society, I saw many things, but in society, uh, I can say I was seeing the scenario, the main story, the real story is not coming.
Mhm.
Something happened. Suppose some dispute is there, and something happened. Some fight is happening. Yeah, something is happening. So the people cover only the part of one privileged people. Okay, whatever they say, they publish. But the real victim, what they felt, the victim story, how they felt, how the story, their story, it didn't get displayed to the audience, to the readers. So that time I decided that I will do this and I will let the story uh, come to the real world, to the over the world. So that's why I chose to. I will do something uh, so that these stories, the hidden story, the root stories will come out
Mm.
and people will know that. Yeah. So it started from there. Then after engineering, I uh, heard about FTII, Film and Television Institute of India. So I wrote the paper and I get selected there. And then after it journey started of filmmaking. Yeah.
Which were
So
you
this is the whole soul responsible behind my journey is uh, filmmaking is FTI. Yeah. Pune.
which were you enrolled in FTI?
Firstly, I was enrolled in 2020, sorry, 2013. Okay.
13.
And then I left the college because I didn't get admission because I didn't had that time money. I didn't
Mm.
have money, so I my parents, my family members also said ki these filmmaking career is very difficult. So I quit the course. I
Mm.
didn't got the admission after that. And then after because I also didn't know the FTI, the film school, what is film school, what is the importance of it. So I quit
Mm.
after that. And then after that I started realizing that ki, what the thing I'm just leaving.
Mm.
And 4 years I was waiting to apply because 1 year the strike was there in campus, so I didn't apply. And then I started working as a social worker in some rural village. So in that time also FTA form came and many people applied, but I didn't know about the form has came.
Mm.
So this all happened, and then next year I applied again for FTII and then get selected.
Yeah, so it's been a kind of a roller coaster ride you have been through.
Yeah.
And as you have mentioned that how your journey into filmmaking started from like observing things around you and also like basically learning the kind of skill of narrating stories. Basically, filmmaking is a art of how you narrate the story through the different kind of a medium, visual medium. So then how you end up making a very beautiful, aesthetically sound and also masterpiece film, I would say, is Sarai The Selter,
Yeah.
which was your kind of a diploma film in FTI. So I would just ask you about like Sarai only, that like how did your approach of like mise-en-scene regarding mise-en-scene in Sarai, which also like to convey visually the crumpled living conditions and also the internal external struggle faced by the characters, and especially the considering the significance of that shared window which you have kind of utilized in your trope as a trope, basically as a visual motive. So how do you see it?
Firstly, the the idea came from I from my childhood also. I have seen lot of these kind of stories happened in many places, many households. And also one thing happened from Mumbai. Uh, one incident happened in Mumbai. They started asking people from Bihar to go back to Bihar. One in year, I forgot the year, but uh, there is some classes between Bihari people and Marathi people.
Mm.
So uh, because I was get hurt because in Bihar, if you see. there is no good resources to earn money, no industries, no every year flood comes and
It's a
it
lot of.
takes lot of villages
Mhm.
and also you can't grow good crops also and nothing, the farming is also problematic there. So if you see who the people comes to Mumbai or bigger cities, uh, if you have tractor agency, gas agency, or petrol pump or bigger business,
Mhm.
those people not come to earn money to the bigger states
Mhm.
or the I can say developed states.
Mhm.
So the people who come who are like uh, who's I think they have to make roof at least good house, at least not good but at least matlab you can say proper, where you can have some shelter on you.
Mhm.
And also if you have your family member is uh, sick or is in hospital and lot of bill you have to pay, then one family member goes some other state to earn money and you because they have to pay the bill, the debt. So these kind of people come to earn money. Why people from the same country, people are like they are asking to go to their places.
Mhm.
So I ask audience just see, just come and watch one night of their living, how they are living their life. So
Mhm.
I I use some art and some craft to make it little I can say humorous and watchable. I'm not saying watchable, I'm saying uh, to entertain, to entertain, but the underlying the subtext was like this.
Yeah.
Just let's go to their house, who
Mhm.
are the people who come to serve, and they were treated like a paid slave. Nobody loves them. Nobody treat well to the workers who come from the migrant worker comes from other states. So they are treated like a slaves, as a paid slaves. They don't they didn't have the good space to
Mhm.
stay also. They stay some in chawl, some shade, something like that. So this idea I got, how I will show. And then if I talk about the
Mhm.
mise scene is it completely come from the real incidents, and I weaved from different uh, people's life. I took the story and then I weaved from it. It is very long span the journey this from where this story coming, some friends' life, some relatives' life, and also many things happen. I collected the whole, and then main craft is to weave the story
Yeah.
and tell this much story in a 10 minute. That
Mhm.
is, I think, main craft and art comes there. Yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Indeed, you have kind of beautifully kind of invited the audience to feel the essence of the migrant's life
Yeah, yeah.
just for a kind of a one night. You just invite them to kind of just visit their life for just for one night,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
you
yeah.
realize how
They,
the.
they don't have private space to live their life. They
Yeah.
can't love. Uh, they
Mm.
can't love to their family,
Mm.
and you can, if you have watched already, so you can see the father is just outside, no boundaries, only he is in shed, veranda. He always stay there and he listen to uh, what they are talking.
Mm.
Yeah.
So like yeah, there are so many things that comes from your close observation, and there are so many stories that you have woven like basically into one, and also into
Actually, these story come from my relatives. I know them personally.
so it's
Yeah.
a first-hand experience. It's not that somebody told you the story and you just narrated it into a fictionalized form, but it feels like you are telling something which we can
Yeah.
believe.
My mm, one of grandfather, he was bedridden. This story come from my own experience also. I also know one friend's wife. She always told her husband,
Mm,
"A hero, उठिए ना," kind of.
mm.
So I got
Yeah.
that idea from there. Yeah.
Yeah, so there are so many references that you have kind of took for this particular film, Shelter. And shelter is also a kind of very beautiful idea. The shelter, which we all kind of always talk about. We need a shelter at least, and cloth and food. Three things, basic thing. And you choose one of these basic thing, basically the shelter. And also you reference about the anti-immigration policies, but you referred the Gujarat in your film, but you were talking about Mumbai as a reference
So
point. So
that time when I was making film, that incident happened.
Gujarat.
They Gujarat.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, adding to the discussion further about the Sarai as well. So like the film also adeptly utilizes this lighting to enhance the emotional resonance of the narrative, particularly during the stormy night scene. Can you elaborate on the decision making process behind the chiaroscuro lighting, basically?
It was actually I start from the set making because it is all in an studio. That studio called Prabhat Studio, which is one of the oldest studio in India. So I have to show Bihar uh, that time, and this was my first exercise,
Mhm.
coordinated exercise where I will encounter with the Arri Alexa and the other sound devices and other set making things, whole five department, production design, sound design, and cinematography, and everything. First time I was working with the whole team and bigger team actually. So it was difficult to show Bihar in studio because everything I have to make,
Mhm.
like I I mean the production designer, his name is Sunil Chandrani. Sunil. So I asked him just we take the reference photo from my own place, like how they use their bed. So I asked them to make same bed. They call it chowki. Chowki is the food. It is not like uh, uh, divan palang kind of. It
Mhm.
is like only
It's not.
temporary, yeah,
Mhm.
temporary arrangement to to sleep on the some wooden piece of, I can say, yeah. And also we have to show the stove, how of oh, I can say mitti ka stove. So yeah, it this all I have to uh, I took the reference from my own native place
Mhm.
called Champaran. Actually, my maternal house is from Champaran, so I took this idea from there. So
Mhm.
I asked them to send me the pictures. So we did, and whatever in my mind was there, I narrated the whole idea to the production designer, and he did.
The natural elements like thundering storm, the clouds,
Yeah.
and also raindrops, the winds, and these are the kind of very crucial part in your
Yeah.
filmmaking, particularly. So, how you kind of
So
this atmospheric backdrop?
I wanted to show the worst condition, how these house react to the weather when some storm and some uh, heavy rain come. This was all collaborative decisions. That time I was very unaware of. I mean, new to the lighting also. So my DP,
Mm,
DOP is Avirat Rajendra. So
mm,
he supported me very nicely, and the lighting, mainly he decided the lighting part, ki how the whole camera team uh, will work and all.
mm.
So I liked the lighting, but somehow we couldn't. Some lighting was there in my mind, but sometimes it was not able. It was not the it
Situation.
was not situation, or I can say I told him how this light is little more, so we can make it little down.
Mm.
So some I first time knew you can down it little bit in the post also.
Yeah, yeah, post
But
product.
yeah, but it wasn't. It didn't happen
Mm.
because some level you can down it. Okay, but after that you can't do that much. I don't know the technicalities that time. Now I little started little bit understanding of lighting and all. So these are the things the Avirat taken most of the decision. I can say we were both collaborating, and he suggested me, and I just suggested him, just
Yeah.
do this.
So yeah, it was a more of a collaborative process where so many people have kind of significantly contributed to this entire project called Sarai The Selter. And also, I just wanted to kind of curious about knowing the element of that radio, basically the transistor that ailing father always used to kind of seen listening old romantic songs sometime. So what was
Yeah,
the idea behind it? It was your idea.
yeah. It was my idea, and I was very when I was in uh, high school.
Hmm.
I Without radio, I was not able to sleep.
Hmm.
I always be with radio, Sakhi Saheli, there is some program,
Hmm.
uh, Hayagi, and many programs. And I also have seen some elderly people who always they live their life with the help of radio.
Hmm.
So that's why I chose to keep the radio in behind actually.
So like in a way also you yourself reimagine in his position that that how you sleep with radio. So like you said that this Sarai also kind of somehow that take inspiration from your maternal place called Champaran. So I will now talk
Yeah,
about so now I will talk about your most famous and acclaimed film called Champaran Mutton. So what led you to choose mutton as the central theme of your film Champaran Mutton? Why mutton?
this is this is also this is also the idea come from the unprivileged people's life
Mhm.
who are struggling to buy mutton because mutton is very costly there and everywhere in India. If you see, for 1 kg, you have to spend about 800 bucks. This idea of expensiveness of mutton.
Mm,
If one family want to have mutton, they have to pay their 2 days, 3 days salary. They have to spend on mutton, and after getting mutton, it it will cook good or not. No, nobody knows. So
mhm,
I used that idea, and also I visited one family there. Approx 10 members are there in that family, and children are there. The ladies, gents, every people are there. So I suddenly went there, and I saw they have cooked mutton. So I was very
mhm,
happy I will have mutton. So
mhm.
after having mutton, I saw there is one more
Guest
uh,
come.
guest come, yeah,
Mhm,
like me,
mhm,
also little distant. guests to them. Yeah, and they have bought only 1 kg mutton for
Mhm.
the entire family, and yeah, so and that mutton was very costly where they bought from. So I after having and when I was returning to my house, to my home, I started thinking what will happen to the family. I don't know how much mutton they will have or not. Uh, half of some amount I had, and then some amount that guy had, and
Mhm.
then uh, that idea, it, how they had mutton, I don't know. Is there something left for them also or not?
Mhm.
So these are the main key point where
Mhm.
I started thinking about the mutton. And then if I go to my place, my house,
Mhm.
in my home also, my mother used to ask to my father, please bring mutton. We'll have some. So my father started every time he ignores the idea of mutton.
Mhm.
And also the friend from Sarai, which I have written on his life. So when I visit um his house also, his wife used to call him, used to ask him, just this time bring some mutton so
Mhm.
that we'll enjoy the whole entire family will have, and you will also have. I was also there in the same family. I mean, I'm very good friend of them, so I always go to visit them.
Mhm.
So then I realized mutton is something. Mutton is like partying for family.
Mhm.
It is very in India for unprivileged people. This is luxury to
Mhm.
have. If somebody sees somebody's in somebody's house that they are cooking mutton, that means, oh, in your house today you are cooking mutton. Like they talk like that, or say you had mutton today, na? Oh my God.
You are a big people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So these are things. And then I started thinking how to make mutton a story. Yeah.
Mhm. Like basically, mutton is a metaphor in your film that how basically that resonate the idea of
Yeah.
being privileged. So
Then I started thinking how to weave the story. Now I get the idea to
mm,
make story on mutton.
mm,
But what I will tell? Only mutton. I will show only mutton. It is not the story. So how I will tell the story? So in my mind, the whatever I came from, wherever I come from, uh, that idea always stay with me. Yeah, what to tell the audience? Why
mm,
I'm here? Why I'm in the school? Why
mm.
I'm becoming a filmmaker? So I, if you have faced a lot of difficulties in your life, so your thought will work like that
Correct.
on those difficulties and on those inequality. So I always uh, try to work on inequality in
Mm,
society. So I started thinking how I will weave the
mm,
the story of inequality, uh, seeking for equality in the society through the mutton.
mm.
Then I arrived on this idea.
Yeah.
Then I actually in FTI, when you make diploma film, you will there will be some workshop with mentors. Whatever you are writing, you will get the mentors. So my mentor came like Rajula Shah. He
Mm.
is very renowned professor in FTA also. So I narrated the idea to her. So she is very confident. Arey, this will uh, be good short film. Yeah, you should make. Also, Sandeep Chatterjee is uh, one of my professor. He also said, yeah, this is very sounds very interesting.
Mhm.
Just write something. So I started writing, and then I arrived the whole idea how I will tell the story
Mhm.
through the family, through. So I then I incorporated many things,
Yeah.
caste, um, and, um, and the COVID after lockdown, many um, many people lost their jobs,
Yeah.
and so I weaved all the idea and everything is uh, getting expensive. So this all idea I have weaved mainly the inequality of society like caste discrimination and many things. Yeah, I tried.
Yeah, yeah. There are so many sub themes that you have kind of tried to convey through basically portraying mutton as a central theme. And also, there is a very interesting kind of aspect of your film that you also kind of include a goat as a reference point in your plot element, basically in your film. So, what specific narrative or thematic purpose did the goat serve in your film?
One thing, if some animal comes in your frame,
Mm.
it also add something to your frame. And second thing is writing, or if I say direction. So
Mhm.
direction is not only to direct the film. Director's work is not only to direct the film, it also to misdirect the audience. To tell the story, I mean not misdirect, to make them engage in something, some narrative, so they will be engaged in that narrative, and then they will started thinking of something will happen, because mind is always work on anticipating.
Mm.
So so I tried to make their mind to anticipate these things, but something with some different thing will happen.
Yeah.
So then people start enjoying. Oh my God, I was thinking this, and something different happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's why
Include.
I include the goat in the script, so that the first part is in my place also. I have seen lot of people when they go to other places, to somewhere in marriage ceremony, some wedding ceremony or something, so they give their goat or their some
Livestock.
any pet
Yeah.
to the other people to take care of them. Yeah, so these are the ideas behind it.
Yeah, and also like you has as you have said that your idea is also to dislocate the audience and to locate into this visual narrative basically. And also in a way I when I was watching the Champaran Mutton, I was thinking that it is some kind of a, when I kind of see the goat in the frame, I thought of having the idea of thriller that maybe because they are also struggling to get the mutton, maybe they can also cut.
This is first idea. This comes in my in everyone's mind,
Mm.
because this is first thing to come when you see the film.
Yeah.
Something will happen there. So
Yeah.
so this is director's job to engage some part of audience's mind, to
Mm.
make it engage something,
Yeah.
uh, until you have to make it three-dimensional.
Mm.
The,
Yeah.
the story should be three-dimensional.
Mm.
So mind is the whole. You have lot the whole mind. So half part I have to,
Yes.
my duty is to make it engage in some different part, and half,
Yeah,
so so you will be completely engaged in the script, because half mind is somewhere else, and half your thought is something, whatever I am showing, the my politics. So
mm,
I can't show you my politics directly. You
mm,
will not enjoy the politics and the whole the idea behind the subtext. I don't, uh, I can't show you the subtext directly, so I have to sugarcoat it with some romance, some humor, and then I will, it's like capsule. You have to put something, you have to sugarcoat it, and then I you have to feed
mm.
in the people's mind. Yeah,
Yeah,
because you can't show it directly. It will not eatable. It will be not that much eatable or enjoyable, or I can say entertaining. So I always try to make it entertaining with some
yeah.
issues and some, I can say some social commentary.
Yeah, that's great. Basically, your film started with the goat conversation around goat and ended up with having mutton around the goat only. Goat is
Yeah.
and so you have beautifully kind of woven all this story. So I was just you were talking about the social injustice, and then are so many, that egalitarian theme that you have kind of
Yeah.
incorporate in your film. So I was wondering that in your film you subtly incorporate representation of Dr. Ambedkar and Buddha, but alluding to their influence without explicitly showcasing their full portraits. What was the reason behind this choice? Basically, in only two frames, we could see Buddha and Ambedkar, but not its entirety. One is from the left side, and one is from the, the downside of that uh, gate of the house, their house. So, what was the kind of idea? Why you didn't chose to show them upfrontly?
It was actually, uh, it was two things are also there. I chose the lens called anamorphic. Okay.
Mm,
So anamorphic, it is very difficult to compose because it is like cinema scope. Okay.
mm,
So I was also using that lens first time. And when we go to compose, so we were we were facing difficulty to
yep.
make it come in the frame.
Mm,
And that picture is very important for me, for but that picture is not that much important for others, and time was passing that time. Um this film, the film, when you make this diploma film, so it is like your exam. If time is passing, you have to answer the questions
mm,
more.
yeah.
So you have to make it compromise with the things. Okay, okay, let's take, because already time, when they were lighting and doing other things, the time has, uh, they consume lot of time, consumed already.
Yeah.
So yeah, so first thing. Okay, but second thing, somehow I incorporated the idea. I was not, you don't, uh, I was not trying to make it forceful.
Mm,
Look at this. This is my creation. No, some, the people who want to see, they can feel it. Oh, this. I just want to say that this is their house,
oh.
and it get narrated also.
Mhm.
Translates, you are, if you are talking, that means you saw the picture, but
Mm,
I don't want to show my painting directly. Yeah, something. I want to, if you come to my house, just see the things and you will get the idea of what is happening.
mhm.
So I don't want to show anything direct. If you see Sarai also.
Yeah.
There was a picture also in that
That,
film, and
that,
also yeah, there was Gautam Buddha at
yeah.
the
So on.
edge of.
Buddha along with the Hindu goddesses. So I was also very
There is
much
also I have seen many people who are using like that some Buddha picture, and
im-
but thing
yeah.
is nowadays they are they are getting less importance. The other goddesses, they are getting less. They are getting little bit little spaces in the, so how the things are getting removed.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to show those things, because if you will show in frame, main frame, Buddha is there,
Yeah.
but when we go close, in
That's
last we have with the Buddha,
mhm.
not with the other things. So and in other wall you will already seen the film. So there was Ambedkar
Yeah.
in other wall, but it was
Not
aged. Yeah, and the light is the lighting is a different thing, because it was electricity power cut and all.
so you
So,
got
but still that thing is visible. The picture is visible.
mhm.
So, yeah, these questions also asked by many people to me. My batchmates also asked why I didn't expected from you. You cut the thing,
Up,
but
yeah.
yeah, but I didn't cut. The idea came in my everyone's mind. Ki
Mhm.
this I want to only show the house. Whose house is this only? And I think in 2 3 frames, and every if you add all the frames, I'm
Mhm.
making film.
Mhm.
I'm not
Clicking
uh,
pictures.
clicking picture or portraits.
Yeah,
I'm making to send. Then in film you have to juxtapose pose
you have to see it in its entirety.
entire- entirety. So if you see in entire way, then you will find, and if you want to find, then you will surely you will find the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. But the influence of Ambedkar and Buddha was, of course, there in your film, like how the Ramesh stood and how he fought and how he talked. So every kind of assertion that he could have is there. So it's not showing picture is also important, but also the how the politics you are showing.
Yeah, and
Very
you can
important
see
thing.
the power of the protagonist, how he is reacting to the people. That achieving those um, achieving that strength is
Is
also, I think, something, because uh, now if some other people would have made this film, the idea, the whole narrative would
have
have different.
yeah,
But I because I belong from those
straight up.
people.
Mhm.
Yeah. So my gaze is very different. I came down my to the empathetic gaze. The you can say I'm living with them. I'm also the camera is also with them, and also I never made him, the guy, depressed, and also some depressed. I mean, um, he's always fighting, and he has some hope
Mhm.
from the society, because he did already many things. He did when he was in job. He bought some land in upper caste village,
Yeah.
and that is also politically very strong thing. Earlier they were outcasted to, they were forced to leave some farming land, and somewhere where
Yeah.
they used to throw the garbage, or they used to throw some dead bodies and other things. and they forcefully had to live there in a very small land,
Mm.
very small space. They have to occupy the whole thing.
Yeah.
So after this time, now things are changing, but still there is some idea the of casteism is just modified in some different way.
Yeah.
Now they will not tell you to not sit here on the chair, but they will treat you some different in some different style. So so from filmmaking, if you see some different thing came, like he had bought land there and made house, making a house in different upper caste village. The
Mm.
people who are from marginalized class, they ha- they are very they're facing a lot of difficulty in these things right now. And after getting job also, and education also, they are not getting proper integrity, the dignity in society.
Yeah.
They never then because they come from those places, they
Mhm.
never call them to the festivals, or some ceremonies like wedding ceremony. And so they earlier they used to go there and uh, ask for the food and all. Actually, so now things are the youngsters are opposing this culture of
Mhm.
going and asking and begging for the food thing. So
Yeah.
I yeah.
Yeah, which can be kind of clearly seen in your film that how the caste markers is kind of constantly is challenging by that character Ramesh, and how the idea of consciousness, the awareness is already there. So, and you also mentioned that the process from your Sarai to Champaran Mutton is somewhat kind of that increase in a way that there was Buddha with Hindu god and goddesses, but here is only Buddha and Ambedkar in a different frame. So I have so many questions, but because of the time constraint, I will just ask you two more questions. About the first one is about the kind of language. So your both the films are kind of crafted in the regional language of Bihar rather than in Hindi. So what factor influenced you to kind of decision to use this language in your work?
I actually always try to make it more authentic, more rooted.
Mm.
If the story come from Bihar, and also there is many different languages in Bihar,
Mhm.
so there is no language called Bihari.
Yeah.
There is no language called Bihari. There is Maithili, there is Vajika,
Mm.
there is Bhojpuri, there is Magadhi. These kind of languages are there. Angika. So uh, Maghi bhi, people say Maghi.
Mm.
So Magai.
Mm.
So to make it believable more, I I thought it should come in the native language.
Mhm.
So that because these stories are from, I can say, local story should be told in local language,
Mhm.
because it's like sound and image. If sound is something loud and it telling
Mm.
something else, and visual is something else, so it will not marry.
Mm.
So the dialogue should marry the visuals.
Yeah.
I'm showing some heart or something,
Mm.
and using sophisticated Hindi or some other language,
Yeah.
it will not marry with the image. So to marry with the image and sound, that's why I used the rooted language from the story come from.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how the kind of insider perspective is important in a way that how you bring the stories from the people who are rooted in the local area, and how you incorporate their language, their kind of behavior, their culture. So the other question, it would be a kind of a last question, that your both the films also kind of like Sarai and Champaran Mutton also have the element of love marriage. So what were the driving factors behind this thematic choices, that why love
And
marriage kind of thing? Yeah.
politics behind it. Uh, I already told you I work on equality.
Mm,
So Ambedkar also said to promote love marriages, to intercaste marriages. If intercaste marriage will, the more people will do the intercaste marriages, the caste system will little bit by bit it will vanish.
yeah.
So that's why I always saw love marriages in my film or intercaste marriages,
Mm,
so that this idea of I am from that caste, you are from that caste, different caste system will somehow it will go. My
mm,
idea is that,
yeah.
and Ambedkar also said something. I don't know about that much, but I can
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, he proposed the intercaste marriage as a one of the kind of a remedy to eradicate
Yeah,
caste. System.
that's why I use always,
Yeah.
uh, and I can also say love marriage is more organic than the other marriages, because uh, you feel the touch to like in Champaran Mutton, they used to go outside in the night and swim in the pond. So
Mm,
these love thing comes from the love marriage. Or I don't
mm,
know much, but this idea also there is a book called दीवार में खिड़की रहती थी. Vinod Kumar Shukla is the writer.
mm,
So in Sarai also, mm, it's not only observing. My stories are not from only observing people. I have also incorporated some literature part from the other writers. Like if you will see the Champaran Mutton, then you can find there is a writer called Anishwanath Ren. He's very renowned writer from Bihar, and his story called Lal Panki Begum.
mm,
In that story, I got goosebumps
mm,
actually. So I read that story, and in that story also, husband wife is there,
mm,
some kids are there, but they're very different story.
yeah.
So you can find some similarities also in that, but my story is very different. It is humorous, it is romantic. That is very different. So and also in Sarai, no, you have if you have read the Nokar ki Kameez. Nokar ki Kameez also from Vinod Kumar Shukla.
Mm,
The
mm,
idea of uh, pulling up the cot I
mm,
got from that
mm,
story.
mm.
I
Yeah.
did many things to write the story. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how your training into this screenplay writing, and also been kind of that honed in FTI as well. And also the literary influence is so much can be kind of be visible, clearly evident in your filmmaking as well. And also,
I also read many writing books.
yeah.
Robert Murky, writing for emotional impact,
Mm,
art of dramatic writing,
mm,
and many screenplay elements of screenwriting. Many
mm,
books I have read, and I also read lot of uh, stories, short stories, so that I can get the vocabulary of writing and the stories. That's why I was able to write very fastly or very, uh, I can say, without any writer's block or something, because I read a lot, and I also read the crafting books, and I also observe people. So I use those crafting books and the other stories ideas to make new story from my own place, which I have seen. But how can I weave?
Mm.
So weaving thing is come from reading.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically giving language to the narrative that is already around us. So the language, the vocabulary, you need to always kind of read lot of books, and whatever we read, whatever we explore, whatever we see around us, it somehow kind of reflect in our work, consciously or subconsciously. That's how we all kind of do in our work as well. So, like, on this note, I would like to end this episode, but uh, I just want to ask you about that. What is your kind of the future project that you are working on, and what we can expect from you and your work? Like,
Uh, I started working in industry and because of Champaran Mutton and FTII. So I got work and then I just got first work of my life in industry, and they are also paying me good. And yeah, and simultaneously I'm also doing my story. I'm working on my stories also. So I think right now I'm doing good, and I will do my own stories in coming year, or I can say coming months.
yeah, is there any kind of books or kind of films that inspire you a lot, and you want to kind of that advice to our audience to read and
Many
watch?
many films. I can Seven Samurai, or
Mm,
Bicycle Thief,
mm,
Battleship Potemkin, Birth of a Nation,
mm,
D.W. Griffith, and also Satyajit Ray's film, the Papu trilogy, or Pather Panchali, Ghatak's,
mm.
and Titas, and also Charulata. These are the films you can watch, and also there are many. I started liking Christoph Kieslowski these days, and many filmmakers. I also now I started understanding the mirror, the Tarkovsky also. But I see all the writers, all the filmmakers, but I make my own. I
Yeah.
try to make my own. Yeah, this is also like making vocabulary to the for the visuals and for the narratives.
Mm.
So working film is more very important for the filmmaker.
So, on this note, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to you, Ranjan, for being part of our show. Thank you for sharing your journey and insights about your films. All the very best for your all the future projects. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much, and thank you for to your audience also. And hope I will do good. Whatever I want to make, I'll try my best to make. I try to become good filmmaker as a other filmmakers. I need your all audiences blessing.